a new autumn event, and leaks for the newest rank accessories coming next season. For more news like this, stick around for this week's episode of This Week in Identity 5. Welcome back to another episode of This Week in Identity 5, guys. Yet another week. We're getting into September now. This is getting exciting. So last week we got Season 22 Essence 3 that came along with the S tier skin for Hermit, the A tier skin for Prisoner, and the A tier skin for Priestess, and I think I've played against all of them except for Hermit. Of course, this also came along with the draw rewards and the release of Hermit only if you got him in the Essence. I think he's a really exciting character and I'm excited to see what people think about him. In the store, we got the little girl A tier skin called Panda Friend that was available, that was connected but not exactly connected to the Panda event that happened, because if you spend money on this skin, the money does not go towards the Panda Research Center, it just goes towards Netties completely. We also got a bamboo climber package that came with the portrait, spyglasses, and also fragments. And we also got the Panda Cradle A tier furniture that you could purchase. I'm not really sure if it has any interactions, I've only seen it in the store, but it looks like a relatively big thing to add to your room, and it has pandas on it. Antiquarian got added to more modes because last week she was added to Blackjack and to Tarot. I can imagine that she'll be decent for Blackjack, but I can imagine she's very strong for Tarot. I'm not sure if she'll be stronger as a king or if she'll be stronger as a squire. I think her squire abilities are going to be pretty useful. I think that since she doesn't have an infinite ability, it does make her a tiny bit weaker as a king because, you know, it's nice to be able to abuse abilities as much as possible. But then again, you can just use other items to help you kite around, and then when you really need to use the stick to whack people into the walls, then you can use them, or you can use it to vault something. So I think she's a strong pick for Tarot. We also got some improved Antiquarian visuals. They changed some of the icons again, or the appearances of some of the things, I believe. They also added a hide or reveal button for deductions in matches, because before you used to be able to see the deduction challenges that you had on the left of the screen. You could also turn that off in the settings. They've just removed that setting, so you can't hide it or reveal it, but you're now able to reveal it and hide it on the left side of the screen. Apparently, I can find it on PC, maybe it's only a mobile thing. They also added an option in the settings to adjust the size of Dancer's spin or slide ability. So similar to the way they did with Flywheel Effect, where you could move it around to a different place, well, now you can also move Dancer's spin ability around to wherever you want it to be, and also increase its size a little bit if you think it's more useful. I can imagine this is really annoying on mobile because these buttons are usually very tiny. That's a good adjustment. What can we expect from this week? Well, there aren't that many things that have been confirmed to come out this week. We haven't got any character days that I'm aware of, not until another week or so after. But what we are getting is the release of Hermit to the store. Of course, this was going to happen, and he might also be added to rank. I am not completely sure. I think this is how it usually goes. So Hermit will be available in the store for everyone to purchase, and they might also release a B tier for him. I'm not completely sure. They usually do something like that, but I haven't seen any rumors of any B tier skin for him yet. One thing that is not being added to the game but is being removed, surprisingly, is the Frenzy Rhapsody mode, and has no date of coming back. I assume it's going to be temporary because it hasn't been around for that long, really. This has happened, for example, with Chasing Shadows, where it disappeared for some time and then it came back, and then it disappeared again and came back permanently. Maybe they're making some adjustments, maybe some bug fixes or some things that are wrong with the mode, or maybe they're trying to add some new stuff to it, like they did with Chasing Shadows, where they added the statues and the musical notes and stuff like that. And as far as I know, that's all that's guaranteed to come out this week. But let's talk about some of the leaks and some of the things that have been announced for the future. These things are quite exciting. Okay, first of all, one of the things you've probably already seen on the Identity 5 Twitter or going around social media is the new skin for Embalmer that is his once skin. So I thought that there were some theories that it was supposed to be Mechanic that was coming up next. Embalmer was supposed to be at least either second or third, I'm not completely sure, but Embalmer is coming out next with his once skin, and it's quite a nice one. People have different opinions on it, but of course the once skins are meant to be skins of what the characters would look like if they never went to the manor. This skin will be coming on the 8th of September. Seems like we're getting a lot on the 8th of September because we're also getting the Mid-Autumn Festival, also called the Moon Festival, starting on September 8th. This event is going to have quite a lot of stuff, as it usually does every single year, where we'll be able to receive a skin for Naiad that is quite a nice one. It always goes in this kind of blue whitey theme. This is what has happened for previous years too. We also can get a portrait frame, portrait, and more for completing event missions. This is probably going to be fragments, clues, and so on. To celebrate this event as well, some of the most important things in my opinion that are coming out is the return of some of the older skins that we've had in previous years and other skins as well that we haven't seen in the shop for some time. For example, the forward locomotive skin that is kind of an interesting one. Some people love it, some people hate it, but it's good to see it come back to the store because I think it's either the first or second time it comes back to the store, and the accessory that goes along with it that's called I think it's called the Steam Engine one. Also, we'll be getting Prisoner's Moon skin that is from the Moon event. I'm not really sure what they were called. We'll also be getting another moon skin for Dream Witch and another moon skin for Perfumer from previous years. And we'll get the return of the Last Dance skin, as some people call it the chicken skin, for Bloody Queen, and we can get the Viper Cane accessory. That's what I translated it from Chinese. I'm not sure if that's what it's called in English. That will also be in the store for purchase. These are all probably going to be available for fragments. Some of these will be available probably in the Spyglass store. Possibly all of the moon related skins will be in the Spyglass store. We've had some leaks and some rumors for what we can expect from the rank accessories from next season. The S tier being for Lucky Guy. Some people aren't very happy about that, but I'm not really sure why, because I think it's nice to see Lucky Guy having an accessory and having an S tier one as well, because Lucky Guy is a kind of character that's not very loved in the community and not by netties themselves either. He's kind of the face of the game, but then doesn't get much for him. So it's nice to see him getting something. Also, there's going to be an A tier accessory for Psychologist. This is going to be her first accessory as far as I know. And Bloody Queen is also going to get an A tier accessory. I'm not sure why Bloody Queen needs to get one. It has been some time since we've seen one, even though we are just getting the return of the Viper Cane ones. So I do think it's going to be interesting to see what the themes are for these accessories and also what the effects are. I am most interested in seeing what Psychologist's effects are going to be. It's probably going to be something to do with the whistle. I'm not completely sure. Moving on to the Talk in the Manor, where I respond to your comments that you guys left on my recent video. We have a comment here by Joggy on my recent video about Listen on Joseph, saying, wouldn't it just be better to know spawns? It feels like the same result. Plus you have blink and teleport. Yes, I think at least in some way that is kind of true. At the beginning of the match, if you know where everybody spawns and you know which cipher machines they're going to be working on, then yeah, you could just pop the camera after some time, go over there and knock them all down. I think the idea with having this is also just to guarantee that you know exactly where they are, and also the fact that you might be able to do it again next time you pop the camera and again next time you pop the camera. It is a little bit of an inconsistent one, but it's fun to play, and it gets nice to see Listen being useful, at least in some way. I agree, having blink or teleport probably would be better and more useful, and probably would guarantee you more wins as well. Sachiyoku comments on my UU booster video saying the pain in your eyes when the ping exceeds what you usually have. Thanks for uploading this. Yeah, this is just a way of proving to people that sometimes NetEase releases things that don't make sense and are just kind of a little bit of a bad deal and are definitely not what they say it is. Maybe the UU booster works within China or within Asia, but creating a VPN connection to try and increase your speed to the server that you're already on, from my knowledge of using server and millisecond and ping and all of that stuff, doesn't make any sense, because technically you're just increasing the journey that it would take for you to get to any of the servers. And if it does boost the performance of your mobile, that is possible. It could maybe cut some of the background apps, but that wouldn't affect ping, at least not in any way that you would probably be able to notice or see, and it would probably not show up even on average ping or anything like that. It's just a weird app in general. I really hope that NetEase does some better explanation as to how this works and maybe some proof. Why do you think that Frenzy Rhapsody is being removed, and do you think it will come back in the future? Tell me down in the comments below, and whilst you're down there, remember to like and subscribe, the usual stuff, and check out the BlackPhoenix IDV channel, because I upload stuff every week on that channel with some extra kind of content that is cool, all related to Identity 5. So yeah, have an amazing day guys. Bye bye.